Without this one daily habit, you will never become fluent. If you're not listening to your target language every single day, you're setting yourself up to fail. Because fluency is not only about speaking, it starts with listening. You need to be hearing the sounds of the language, getting the rhythm, and absorbing the language. But here's the problem. What you listen to is also really important. If you listen to the language like most people do, you will learn very slowly. But if you do focused listening, you will improve 10 times faster. What you listen to is key. That's where most of you are messing up. But before we get into that, let me ask you something. Are you getting at least 1 hour of listening practice every day? No? Then you've just found the biggest reason you're stuck. Now the good news. It's really easy to get more listening practice every day. Even if you're busy. Think about it. How many of these things are you doing every day? Driving, commuting, walking, working out, household chores. Also, periods of time during the day like getting ready or waiting for someone or something. You can use all that time for listening practice. 1 hour a day, easy. Maybe several hours a day. Just have your audio files ready on your phone so that you don't have to think about it. And listen to them on repeat every time you're doing one of these things. Turn this into a daily habit and you'll learn the language automatically. Now, let's talk about the most important thing. Let's talk about what to listen to, because this part is key. This is where a lot of you are messing up. You're listening to all kinds of nonsense on YouTube, casually watching Netflix and TV shows and calling it immersion. And don't even get me started on all those learn with comprehensible input for beginner videos. People wasted time with that for years and years, watching thousands of hours of dumb videos for children, and still can speak well. If you value your time, don't do that. You can learn 10 times faster if you listen to the right content. And what is the right content? Use the 80-20 formula. If you're a beginner, 80% of your listening should be focused content. Repeat. Your language highlights. Your sentences. The things you want to be able to say in real life situations. The conversations you need to have. And the remaining 20%, that should be for native content. Real content, real audio, podcasts, YouTube, by native speakers, for native speakers, about topics you're really interested in. The kind of stuff you would listen to in your native language. Content that's actually interesting, not dumb childish stories for beginners. Why? Because you want both comprehensible input, but also real world language and exposure. Now, if you're already at an intermediate or advanced level, then you flip it. You do 80% native speaker content, authentic content, and 20% reviewing of your list of sentences, your language islands. And this way, you keep working on your speaking while leveling up with natural native speaker level materials. Simple, right? Let me break it down. Your language islands are your most important sentences, your personal sentences. Phrases built around your life, your needs, your goals, your conversations. Around 1,000 good sentences are enough to speak fluently in most situations. And here's where the magic happens. 1 hour of listening a day is enough to review your entire sentence list. And if you do that every single day for 30 days, you'll internalize the whole thing really well. You'll know all of the sentences by heart. No need to think about it when you're speaking. You'll speak smoothly, confidently, and you won't make many mistakes either. Because you'll speak using sentences you know by heart after listening to them daily for a month. And they are your own sentences. 1,000 useful, relevant sentences. You'll be able to easily use them all in conversation. And this is how you become fluent fast. So ignore the garbage advice you'll hear online, especially on YouTube. Learn a language the lazy way by watching TV, all of that nonsense. Waste of time. Don't do that. Listen to your own sentences translated instead, over and over again, until you can say them as easily in the new language as you can say them in your native language. Once you understand your own sentence list perfectly, you'll know enough vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation to understand maybe 80% of native speaker audio. Radio, podcasts, YouTube channels, by native speakers, for native speakers. And once you start doing this, it will give you 3 important benefits. You will improve your comprehension. You'll be able to understand native speakers in conversation. It will help you speak much more naturally, and you'll also learn a lot about the country. What do native speakers actually talk about? How do they speak in real conversations? And this will help you sound much more natural when you use the sentences that you memorize. But remember, this will only work if you already understand a lot. So make sure you listen to your language island sentences enough times first before you move on to native speaker content. Once you know your 1000 sentences perfectly, it will be very easy to switch to native speaker content and actually understand it. So here's your daily listening formula. 1 hour of listening per day minimum. Listen to your language islands every single day. And then mix in native speaker content more and more when the language islands get easier and easier to understand. 30 days of this and it'll change everything. You'll understand way more, you'll speak way faster and way more fluently, and you'll sound much more natural. If you haven't created your language islands yet, start today. Seriously. Grab a notepad, write down 100 sentences you wish you could say, turn those into your language islands, and repeat them, listen to them, and learn them by heart. And your fluency will skyrocket. You can learn 10 times faster this way, but only if you learn this way. 1 hour a day, no excuses.